Hi, I promised to bring you the tiny blossom example. So there's this smaller size that you can get from folding this paper like this. So this is the 8.5 by 11, which we used our rulers to measure if you were on a different video with me. And we fold it like this. So once portrait-wise, so portrait in half, and then you can take these halves if you want and leave them together. I think it would be harder to cut through though. So it's easier if you actually cut it at this stage. So then you cut your half here. You cut your half and then you fold it in half again. And now you take this corner and do your fancy make a square and make sure that your little point, you can see there, it's not quite flush. So I'm gonna straighten it out using the table. So you can't see this now because I'm using my computer to video this, while my phone does work for another video. So now I'm straightening it and flattening it here. Here's my first fold. Remember, we make a little mousy. And here's the mousie's nose, and the mousie's nose goes back towards its tail, and it makes what looks like a little pocket. And so here it is, a little pocket. And then again, now you take its little point and it sails on top, and then you pinch these two corners together, and now you have a little tiny fold. A little tiny triangle with a little tiny rectangle in the top, or not that tiny, but smaller. And now we're gonna cut. The most important thing is that you don't cut into the rectangle, because if you come up into this rectangle, it's not that big of a deal. You can fix it, but it just means that they won't be separated when you pull it out. So I'm very close. See how close I am to the rectangle? But I'm not in it. And then I'm cutting away the rectangle. And there's kind of like a ginkgo leaf, or a section of a ginkgo leaf. And then same thing, you can cut, if you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just open these like this. And again, and now you have this fun shape. And if you want to change the shape of your, I found that I could change it by cutting a little differently. So I can cut way down on this top and make it much more like an ice cream cone. And that's a little ragged. And now I have a slightly different shaped flower petal. And I can also do it, I can separate them if it's too hard to cut when they're that tight together, and I can do each one separate. And you could even make two different shapes. You could try with that. So I'm gonna cut it even more now, this one, and play with the way you cut it, and then it changes its shape. There. I kind of like that one. It's almost clover-like. And then if you compare it to this one, they're actually a little different. And they're a different size because I cut more off. So you can play with them once you have them folded as you're cutting them, and separate them and cut them separately. And then you can do that folded again and cut this little piece off right here and have a teeny tiny little hole. And if you have something called a pipe cleaner, which is actually designed to clean a pipe, you can use that as your stem. and you can push it because it'll be easier to get that through a hole than folded paper. Unless you have a metal rod, you can roll your paper around to make a stem. And then same thing with this. If you want, you can cut off 1 or even 2 petals. You can see what 2 petals looks like cut off. So there, I cut off 2 petals, and now connect them, and you can see how much smaller it is. So then this could go in the middle of your flower, and then you have a teeny tiny cup. And the hole is a little small, so I might want to trim it like this. There. So now you can see the hole. Okay, so have fun playing with these flowers. Maybe you can make a bouquet over the summer. Instead of picking living flowers, you can let the living flowers be enjoyed by all the pollinators, the bees and the butterflies. Maybe you'll get to see some monarchs this summer if they come to your growing milkweed. My milkweed is starting to grow in my backyard. I'm very excited. I have to beg my husband not to mow it down because he just likes things to be clear so he can get to the brook. All right, bye 3rd grade. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you for another video tomorrow. Bye.